Southpaw, baby. That dog, yeah.
Naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight.
Gervonta Tank Davis surprises Manny Pacquiao with tactical insight ahead of Mario Barrios' showdown, just days before Manny Pacquiao's much-anticipated return to ring against Mario Barrios. An unexpected visitor arrived at his training camp, none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. The two former champions, who once lit up the same weight division, share a respectful and warm exchange. But Davis didn't come just to show support, he came with valuable intel. According to sources inside Pacquiao's camp, Davis offered detailed insights into Barrios' style, tendencies, and vulnerabilities, knowledge gained firsthand from his own 2021 knockout victory over the Texan. Insiders revealed that Tank didn't hold anything back.
I was talking to somebody about Manny coming back fighting Mario Barrios.
Ouch.
And this was the analogy I gave. Your timing is just, it slows down. That's time. Time slows you down. And so to me, I think Manny has to come out very strong, very fast in the first couple of rounds because his gas tank ain't what it used to be. At 46 years old, you come out and let's just say hypothetically your gas is half full at 46 years old. I'd rather try to use that half tank
when I got something
in 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And really get off on this kid because he has the kind of style. Styles make fights. He's got the perfect style for Manny to do what he do. But the further that fight goes, the more that's gonna go down. He ain't young no more when it does this. It ain't gonna do this no more. It ain't gonna go down and then come back up. He not gonna create space, take a deep breath, and that thing shoot up the way it used to. He ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Breaking down exactly when and where Pacquiao should strike, in what many are calling a rare moment of solidarity between two boxing generations. Now 46, Pacquiao is reunited with longtime trainer Freddie Roach and his original coaching team, those who helped guide him to become boxing's only 8-division world champion. Training with
Pacquiao in the winner.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time.
Me and his wife will get mad at me for saying that.
You're trying to drag him back out.
I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time?
He does.
Against, not an exhibition, a professional fight?
He wants a real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have... I haven't let him choose anyone yet, but the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife called me up and said, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, you know, sometimes he's gonna fight. I agree with you. He's gonna fight, and you know who? It doesn't matter.
Intensity but caution. Pacquiao appears focused, grounded, and fully committed, keenly aware of the 4-year layoff and its physical implications. In a recent interview, Mario Barrios reflected on the upcoming clash, drawing comparisons between Pacquiao and Tank Davis. They're both small, they both got great feet and hand speed. Barrios said, while he acknowledges his usual height advantage, he respects Pacquiao's history of beating taller fighters.
Yeah, you know, it's very unserious, but yeah, man. I mean, I know he's gonna bring it whenever we step in there, and but yeah, right now all the media, everything, you know, it's fun, you know, it's all smiles, but both of us, man.
When you first got to the pay-per-view level, there was like an adjustment period. You had to get used to it, and was there any nerves up there because this is even another level than the Tank fight and the Thurman fight?
Nah, no nerves. Like how you said, I think those fights, you know, have only, you know, prepared me, you know, for this level, and now, you know, doing like all this media stuff. Like, I mean, I've always hated this, right? I still do, but I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable with it, or just used to it.
All right, guys. Last question, guys.
The tank fight that you learned with the slick, fast southpaw with lightning fast hands. What do you think you can take from your experience with Tank and apply it to Manny?
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. Like the way Tank, you use the way he closes his distance. The way like he worked off his speed. He.
Asked about their lighthearted first face-off, Barrios said, "He's playful outside the ring, but I know he turns deadly serious once we're in there." Reflecting on his loss to Davis, Barrios emphasized the lessons he learned, particularly Davis's ability to close distance and explode with speed skills he expects Pacquiao to also use at "I'm ready for war," Barrios stated, promising to go all in if the moment demands. Recalling Pacquiao's 2021 defeat to Dennis Yugas.
You're a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was gonna be a height difference regardless. I've been dealing with that my whole career. I mean, I started pro at 122, so I mean, I've always had the height advantage on most of the guys I have fought. But I mean, it's still dangerous. He has fought plenty of people with my height before, and he's been very successful. So I mean, I know it's just I just gotta go in there and do what I'm training for.
Mario, I can't recall who said it, but they said once Pacquiao gets you smiling, it's like he's got you or something. And you guys are sharing a lot of smiles. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I feel like I knew the face-off just being in front of him. I've been seeing him face-off people since I was a kid. He's a very unserious person, but he's very serious when he steps in the ring.
Barrios stressed he prepared to push Pacquiao to the edge. Confident in his own growth, Barrios believes every past fight had prepared him for this challenge. As for what's next, Pacquiao has already hinted at a potential fight with GervontaDavis if he gets past Barrios. In a November 2023 interview, Pacquiao said, "Davis is a good fighter. If he moves up to 147, we can fight." His advisor, Sean Gibbons, added that a Pacquiao versus Davis bout could include a WBC welterweight title shot, calling it a dream fight. Pacquiao has made it clear he's not afraid of anyone, including younger knockout artists like Davis. Meanwhile, UFC commentator Joe Rogan recently praised Tank Davis's unique boxing style on his podcast, describing him as one of the most interesting fighters to watch. Rogan lauded Tank's economical movement and southpaw precision.
They keep mentioning GervontaDavis. They keep talking about GervontaDavis as a possible fight, Manny. You like that fight? Because he's little, he's your size.
I like that. I like that. I mean, I like that, but let's finish first this one, because this one is a taller champion like that. So I have a lot of things to do in training camp.
Calling him a puzzle in the ring, fast, sleek, and devastatingly efficient, analysts have often compared Davis's explosive power with Barrios' rangy versatility. In their 2021 fight, Davis landed 45% of his power punches and scored 3 knockdowns en route to an 11th round TKO. Although Barrios uses height and jab effectively in the early rounds, he couldn't keep Davis off him. Tank slipped inside baited attacks and punished Barrios with sharp counters and uppercuts to the head and body. Still, Barrios earned praise for his resilience, rising from multiple knockdowns and standing his ground under fire.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. He's so economical. He puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive, and he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
So, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch.
Former WBO champion Tim Tszyu offered a blunt assessment of Pacquiao's comeback. "I can't see Manny winning," he admitted, citing age as a major concern. At 30, Barrios is in his physical prime. But Tszyu added, "It wouldn't surprise me if he wins, because he's Manny Pacquiao. He always finds a way." Pacquiao, for his part, rejects the underdog narrative. He insists his comeback is nothing like his performance against Yugas, where he struggled with conditioning and leg cramps. Now, With no distractions, full rest, and renewed focus, Pacquiao says his speed and footwork are back. He's mentally sharp and driven, eyeing 2 or 3 more fights. Starting with Barrios, there's been lingering controversy surrounding Pacquiao's name, particularly from Floyd Mayweather's camp, who once accused him of using performance-enhancing drugs before their 2015 bout. Pacquiao fought back with a defamation suit and publicly offered a $5 million.
And what time is it, y'all? Time to start a debate inside a barbershop. We're gonna pit Mario Barrios against Tank GervontaDavis. Yes, sir. Starting with the champion, the pride and joy of San Antonio, Texas, Mario Barrios. He stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. He's currently undefeated at 26-0 with 17 knockouts. He is the man that holds the WBA regular junior welterweight championship belt. The challenger, representing Baltimore, Maryland, Tank GervontaDavis. He stands at 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach. His record, 24-0 with 23 knockouts. Wait a minute, don't be so quick to throw this guy under the bus. Yes, we know Tank GervontaDavis is a knockout machine, but he's only ever knocked out people he can weight bully. What happens when he has to go up 2 weight classes, gives up 5 inches in height and almost 4 inches in reach to a man who can establish his jab well, knows his distance, and puts in good body work? Oh, did I mention he's also coached by Virgil Hunter? That's Andre Ward's coach, so you know he's going to come in there with a game plan. I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to pick him to win by 12-round unanimous decision. What do you think?
$5 million fine if he ever tested positive. Nevada Commission officials confirmed he passed every test, and the matter ended in settlement with Mayweather's team retracting their claims. Veteran analyst Teddy Atlas has expressed both admiration and concern for Pacquiao's return. Legends get to skip the line, Atlas said, but age is undefeated. God forbid something happens to Manny. While he honors Pacquiao's legacy, Atlas warned of the physical risks associated with a comeback at this AGAS for Barrios. He remains grounded despite the occasion. After facing off with Pacquiao for the first time, he described the moment as surreal. I've been watching him since I was a kid.
I think Barrios wins. I think young, and it's hard with age. But I think if anyone was going to do it, Manny Pacquiao's the man.
Just days before the boxing world witnesses Manny Pacquiao's long-awaited return to the ring, a surprising guest walks into his training camp, none other than Gervonta "Tank" Davis. The undefeated knockout artist, known for his explosive power and precision, didn't come just to wish the legend luck. He came with a message and a strategy. Manny Pacquiao, now 46 years old, is preparing for what could be one of the most critical fights of his career, a comeback bout against a younger, taller Mario Barrios. GervontaDavis, who famously stopped Barrios in 2021, came to offer insights drawn from that experience. According to
Tell us about your preparation for Mario Barrios. How is it different to 4 years ago when you faced Ugas?
The different, I'm more focused right now. No distraction, I really focus on the whole training camp and focus on stamina, focus on techniques. He is a champion. He is a fighter that, we cannot underestimate him. He's taller than me. He has the advantage, but, we prepare for that. Just watch on July 19th. It's going to be a good fight.
According to sources close to the Pacquiao camp, Davis broke down Barrios' weaknesses in detail, where he drops his guard, when he overextends his jab, and most importantly, how to close the distance without taking punishment. Observers say it wasn't just a visit. It was a gesture of respect, one champion passing on the torch to another, even if only temporarily. Pacquiao's training environment feels familiar. He's reunited with longtime trainer Freddie Roach and the same team that carried him to 8th Division glory. But things are different now. There's a quiet intensity, a sense that time is limited. Every movement, every drill is measured. He's not trying to relive the past. He's trying to finish strong, in contrast to the rushed, chaotic lead-up to his 2021 fight against
Manny's a generational, talented fighter, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own.
I don't think Pacquiao took steroids. Really, the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled them on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because Pacquiao may have been the most tested fighter of all time. He never failed a test. Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that he must be on something. But number two, Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao power went down after he went up. Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight. Oh, he knocked out Ricky Hatton. That was at 140. Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. So that doesn't say that Pacquiao had steroid power. He wasn't knocking out anybody. Yeah, he was beating him up.
Dennis Yugas, where Pacquiao admitted he suffered from leg cramps and poor preparation. This comeback is calculated and personal. Mario Barrios, 30, is no stranger to pressure. He's fought on big stages, and despite his loss to Tank Davis, he proved he could take punishment and keep coming forward. Now, standing across from a living legend, Barrios is both respectful and confident. I've watched Pacquiao since I was a kid, he said. But now, he's standing across from me, and I know who he becomes once the bell rings. Barrios believes his height, youth, and activity will be the difference. He's ready for war. And while Pacquiao smiles at press conferences, Barrios insists he's not fooled. He may joke outside the ring, but inside, he's serious. He's deadly. He's already made it clear. He's open to fighting GervontaDavis. If Davis moves up to 147 pounds. In fact, Pacquiao's team has discussed offering Davis a shot at the WBC title. Sean Gibbons, Pacquiao's longtime advisor, called it a dream fight. When Tank Davis fought Mario Barrios in 2021, many thought the height and reach disparity would be too much. But Davis was surgical. He baited Barrios into leading, slipped the jab, and countered with brutal hooks and uppercuts. Despite being out-jabbed early, Davis remained calm.
So, you want to go and use that.
How old was Leonard at that time?
Leonard was only 32 years old when he fought Hagler. Yeah, he'd been inactive, but he was only 32. Pacquiao's 46. So right there you could, it ain't a good comparison. It sounds good. It sounds good, yeah, because Leonard did come back. Leonard did win a very close fight, a controversial fight, but a great fight. And Leonard was great. There's no doubt about it. And he cut the line. He earned it. Leonard, you could say, and you could say Pacquiao earned the right with all his greatness to cut a lot of lines. Yeah, you know, I see it all the time. The other day I was at a benefit. The foundation was given something by St. Philip's Church, 155-year-old church, great church, do great work in the community. I sure as hell didn't know I was going to be talking about this. And they gave us an award for helping them in the community, what the foundation does. We don't need an award. We're privileged that we can help. But people feel they inclined to do that, fine. It's very nice. And your mom asked for a drink. So I went up to the bar to get a drink. I didn't realize that there was a long line. And so I went right to the front, not understanding that I passed the line. And then a friend of mine said, you cut the line. And the whole line said, Teddy, that's okay. I said, no, I didn't realize I cut the line. I'll go back. So I went back, I waited in line. But they were going to allow me to cut the line. I guess because I'm handsome. I guess because I had a nice suit on. I had a nice tie. Whatever. But out of some kind of respect, which I really appreciate, whether I deserve it or not, they were letting me cut the line. So I understand that some people get the privilege, they get the respect, the allowance of cutting a line.
Goes in the distance and eventually scoring 3 knockdowns en route to an 11th round TKO. Barrios may have lost, but he earned respect, proving his heart and chin were as tough as they come. And now, he gets a chance to face another southpaw master. Manny Pacquiao. Not everyone is convinced Pacquiao should be backed out. Pacquiao's career hasn't been without controversy. Floyd Mayweather's camp once accused him of using performance-enhancing drugs before their 2015 bout, claims that led to a defamation lawsuit and a settlement. After Pacquiao passed every test, AS The World watches Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios on July 19th. One question hangs in the air: is this the final act of a boxing legend, or the start of a new chapter in an already historic career? Barrios sees it as his moment. Pacquiao sees it as his mission, and Tank Davis. He may be next. Watch to more videos like and subscribe our channel Boxing Fight.